Hey everyone, we're back. We're back. We're finally back. Mike and then Chuck, my friend over here, over there,
Kind of friends.
or whatever. He's over here.
Frenemies.
Frenemies. Mike and Chuck. Mike Chuck podcast is back for another high school wrestling season. We missed you. I missed you, Chuck. I missed you. I haven't seen you in a
Yeah,
while.
yeah. It's been a few minutes, and I was sick Saturday, so I couldn't make it out to the tournament. You were sick last week, so we couldn't do the show.
Yeah, we got a lot to cover. There was a lot that happened in the last, I guess, 2 weeks of high school wrestling. So in Nebraska, we have two guests tonight. We're going to double up. One awesome guest. The other one is better than the other one, kind of like you, where I'm better than you. And then the first guest is
At
like
what,
me.
being bald?
The first guest is like me, and the second guest.
Yeah, you're better than me at being bald. I get it.
Okay, sure, that's fine. But okay, so I think we just want to get right to it because we've been wasting some time here. We have our first guest, the Iron Man himself, the caveman, the best in the world, not world, country.
Country.
It's going to be the world one day. I feel very strongly about that. Nebraska commit, Omaha Skutt Skyhawk, Caveman Ziola. There he is. Caveman, what's going on?
How about this? First one to ever win the Ironman from Nebraska.
First Ironman champion ever. Cade, so let's just start. Walk us through your weekend at the Ironman competition. I saw some clips. I saw some interviews you did. I saw some other stuff. Looked like you were just killing out there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was definitely a great weekend. Accomplished one of my long time goals there. But the Ironman is a grind. Like, we literally got to the arena at 7 a.m. to weigh in on Friday, and I wrestled my quarterfinals match at 12. I literally got back to the hotel at 1:30, and then had to do it all again the next day. Like, Ironman's a crazy tournament, and it's just they pack so many people in that little gym. And that's all part of the atmosphere, which is super cool. But, man, it's 4 hours in between every match. It's crazy. And then I obviously wrestle the best kids in the country. It's always fun. But, it takes a toll on your body and stuff. But it was freaking awesome.
When did you get back?
I got back Sunday at 5 o'clock.
Oh, right.
Mm-hmm. What were the nerves like?
I honestly I got more nervous for my first few matches because I just really didn't want to get upset. This is my first time being a high seed at one of these big tournaments. But when I get in those later round semis, finals, that's when I think I did my best wrestling. I put my AirPods in and I'm let's go. This is gonna be fun. I get excited more for those ones. But the early round matchups, man, I always get really nervous for those. I don't know. I got to work on my nerves a little bit.
What's the go-to on the playlist then to get you ready?
I got some Kanye West, some Taylor Swift. It honestly depends on the mood. I listen to everything. Some Babytron.
What's the best Kanye album?
MYBTF, My Beautiful Twisted Dark Fantasy.
Let's go. That's the answer I was looking for.
2011, The King.
Cade, so I want to stick with Iron Man. Your finals match, you basically handled that guy. It wasn't really that close.
Mm-hmm. No, the first 10 seconds, he shot a low single on me, and I was oh, they didn't game plan at all or anything. I was okay, this is gonna be a fun match. Because he literally shot and just put me in my best position, and then I obviously got 5 back points and was looking for a pin, but blood time stopped it, so I got an extra point. And so within the first 30 seconds, I was up 6-0, and then I was all right, I'm just gonna put this guy back up. Let's scrap. I was feeling really good, and then I obviously just ended up dominating the match and getting the fall again. He shot the same shot, and I got to my position and got the pin. And man, that was a cool moment. That was probably the most excited I've ever been in my life.
How cool was it to have Nebraska represented? Not just you. We had Noah Blair out there, Enrique Haynes, your teammate Tyler Harrell. how important do you think that you winning this Ironman is to representation in the future at Ironman?
I mean, it's a huge step in the process because we gotta keep getting these Nebraska guys out to wrestle the best competition, and it was really cool seeing all those guys there here this year. Last year it was just me and Kale, and like it was kind of like us two, and this year we had 6 guys from Skutt, and then Noah Blair and Enrique Haynes. Like it was really cool. I think next year we're just gonna keep taking more, and I love representing my state because I mean you look in these brackets and people are like, dang, what's Skutt Catholic High School? You see like Wyoming Seminary, Blair, like all these other schools out there, and it's pretty cool just to represent, just be a kid from Nebraska. I mean, because you look at all those finals, it's those back east kids. Like Nebraska, I was the only guy I think that plays from Nebraska this year, which was awesome.
What's tougher, Fargo or Ironman?
I think I definitely I think Ironman is probably tough. Like it's really like different. Like is Ironman there's different things that are tough about each. Because Fargo's more like Ironman, like it's really like weird with like the spaces in between the matches and like some of the weights. But like I don't know, Fargo's really hard for me though because I haven't done freestyle my whole life. But I think Ironman is the toughest folk style term in the country, and Fargo is the toughest freestyle. And it honestly just depends on the weight. Like there was some weights at Ironman where like freaking top 5 guys were losing the quarterfinals. And then there's Fargo, obviously. Like Fargo's such a gauntlet. Like the brackets, the difference between Fargo and Ironman is there's really no bad kids at Ironman. Like at Fargo, you get a 256-man bracket. Your first few rounds are like, okay, I'm just tech falling everyone. Like out the gates at Ironman, you're like, I'm in a 5-3 heater. Like I'm in a scrap first round. Like that's what's so hard about Ironman is there's only like 32-man brackets, but every kid's like a state champ and stuff. Like you got to have certain qualifications to get in. So Ironman is a grind, I think, a little bit more just because like every match is super hard. Like Fargo, you wrestle until you like run into someone tough, and like they feed Ironman really well, which is good.
So Ironman's going to be more of like your mental grind because there's so much. Every match is a tough match, and there's so much time between matches. It's a matter of staying focused and wrestling your best. And Fargo is just match after match after match after match.
Yeah, that's kind of the difference between two, I think. I mean, obviously, like Fargo, like once you get to the later rounds, it's like some of the coolest wrestling you've ever seen. But like, I mean, like for example, my teammate like Cole Welty, he's like a 2-time Fargo All-American. He didn't even get seeded at Ironman. He had like the number 3 seed first round, and like it's just crazy how tough it is. Like my little brother Riley Johnson, Fargo All-American, has Ohio State commit, ranked 5th in the country first match. Like it's a freaking grind. Like because so many people want to be at that tournament.
So I want to talk about your commitment to Nebraska. Obviously, you've talked a lot to a lot of people about it, but we haven't talked to you because, well, we were gonna and we didn't. So might as well talk about it now. So why Nebraska? What made Nebraska the decision for you?
I'd like to say that was the toughest thing I've ever had to do in my life. Like going through the whole process, I had no clue it would be that stressful and stuff. I was like, all right, I'm getting recruited. This is about to be super fun. And then I ended up building these great relationships with all these people. And it got pretty crazy. Sorry, my mom just walked in. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, definitely. But Nebraska, man, I mean, my twin brother's going there. You guys know that. So just taking, I took 6 visits. So I took a lot of visits, and I was obviously competing pretty heavy in the off season. So I was literally gone every weekend for like a month and a half straight. And I realized, man, I want to stay home. I love my family, love my mom, love my brothers, love my dog. Like I want to be with my family, like, and I want to be close to home and the coaching staff in Nebraska. I mean, Coach Travell's like, he's one of my best friends. I try and wrestle just like him. I mean, Coach Manning, he'll do anything for his guys. Doc Snyder, just a great guy, genius. Like I love those dudes. And we got some great people coming in. Like we got had a super good class of 2024. Then our 2025 class is starting to get really good. And I mean, Nebraska is obviously a killer program. I mean, they've been ranked as high as 2nd in the country this year. Like it's going to be, I'm excited for the future. But I mean, I just getting recruited and stuff, that was so stressful. But I'm really excited to be like, it's being a in-state kid and getting to represent like Nebraska. that's always something you dream about when you're like sitting at home, like watching the stuff. Like I'm excited.
How cool is it to have some of your youth teammates on that Nebraska team too, with Kale and Antrell?
Yeah, that's. I mean, Kale was literally like my practice partner growing up. Like, I mean, he used to beat the crap out of me when we were the same size, and then obviously I got bigger. And then like I've Tyson Terry, he like still one of my best friends. Like growing up with him, he's going there, which is sick. And then Antrell, I mean, Antrell's a beast, man. He's so good. Like, and I mean, obviously my teammate Drew Cooper, he's there, and then most importantly, my twin brother Jace. Like, I mean, that's he's going there too. I have so many like people I'm close with that are athletes there, which is really cool.
You got to compete at the same tournament, I guess, as future Husker teammates, Cody and LJ. Did you talk to them much, I guess, over the weekend and hang out with those guys?
Yeah, there's a kid from Colorado, Tyler Ice. He's ranked number 2 in the country at 170, I think. I actually warmed up with him before all my matches, and me, him, and Coach Travell hung out. And obviously I talked to Cody a bunch. Cody's a bad man. I gotta hang out with those two. And another kid, Omar, he made the finals at 138. He's from Ohio. Hung out with him too. Like we're all kind of close, and like we've been at camps before together, and we said like we want to build something cool. So we're just trying to bring in the best guys.
It definitely helps having one of the best big man coaches in the entire world just right there with you too. Tell us how much Coach Travell has played a part in your success within the last couple of years.
I give so much of my success to Coach Travell because I mean he kind of developed the style of wrestling I do now. Like he taught me all my leg attack defense and mainly my hand fighting and like my ankle picks. Like freshman year, Coach Travell kind of just basically like said like we're gonna start doing a bunch of privates. Like we need to get to the drawing board, and we'd work out like all the time and try to invent a style. And I still work out with them, still try and build that style. And I mean, Coach Travell is like one of the greatest wrestling coaches in the world, but I mean, he's an even better human. Like you guys have talked to him, he's one of the funniest, like nicest people I've ever met. Like and obviously, I mean, I think he's actually the best coach I've ever worked with. His ability to like understand wrestling, like everyone always says, like Coach Travell knows the answer to any question you have. Like he's amazing, and it's awesome getting to wrestle with him too, like getting to feel him. Because I'm obviously going to be a big guy.
The one time we talked with him in Fargo, Chuck was scared. He was intimidated. I wasn't, but Chuck was scared of him.
I was a little starstruck.
Have you seen, dude, his legs?
Mike said he could take him down, though.
Took you down.
Well, take Travell down. That'd be more impressive.
Twice. Not once, but twice.
So, on one leg.
Not once, but twice.
So, on one leg.
Okay, soft buddy. Okay, Cade, your buddy Tony Palmer had a pretty big weekend. Your thoughts on him?
Tony's a dog. Like I'm really close with Tony and Cade, and I both know them really well because we all trained together at MWC. And I think it's really cool that those two wrestled. Like I love seeing like. I mean, a lot of times in past years, you've seen the guys run from each other in Nebraska, and I think it's really cool that like those two are just putting it on the line. I mean, that's something. That's something I love to see, and that was really cool. I mean, Tony's a beast, though. Like you want to talk about a dude that's athletic and strong. Like Tony does that, and he only wrestles 3 months a year. That's like one of the craziest things ever.
Yeah,
like he's just a freak athlete.
Go ahead, Chuck.
So, I mean, how do you keep setting these goals? What's your next goal? So you hit every goal that you seem to put in front of you. What's next?
One sec. Can you say that again? Sorry, I think you were lagging a little bit. Or it might have been me.
Oh, boy. It was probably Mike's connection here.
Not true.
So you seem to hit every single goal that you put in front of you. What's next? I mean, you win state titles. You win the Ironman. What do you have in front of you?
A dream of mine ever since I've always a little kid is I want to wrestle who's number one. Like I think that would be that's like the ultimate like flow event. Like I'd be the first person. Actually, Jason Burks did it. I'd be the second person from Nebraska to ever do it. And I think that's my last goal for high school is I want to wrestle who's number one and obviously win and try and win who's number one. I'll go to Fargo and stuff, see how I do all there. But and then like with college, like I obviously always think like big picture. I just want to see like how good I can be in college. Like if that's 4-time NCAA champ or if that's like just 1-time All American, like I don't care. I know I'm gonna work like as hard as I can and just like make sure do everything I can to see how good I can be. Cause like that's what I want to do. Like wrestling's what I love. Like I live the lifestyle. That's we're just gonna see how good we can be in college. And I think I got a great support system and some great coaches to help me do that. And we're just gonna chase our dreams.
So you're gonna wrestle heavyweight in college, is that right?
That's the plan. Yeah, heavyweight or 97, but probably heavyweight. We'll keep seeing how my body grows. Like my dad, obviously you guys seen him, big scary man. And then I got
great shoes
and I still haven't. What'd you say? Sorry.
I said he's got great shoes though.
His shoe game.
Oh, my shoe game?
No.
Tim's big Tim's shoe game.
Sorry, Chuck, you're lagging.
Hey, he said it's Big Tim's shoe game, not your shoe game.
Oh, Big Tim's shoe game's elite. He's been customizing shoes from Nike recently. He'll like write like TRZ on the back of his shoes or like BBFL. Yeah. He'll put that on like all his shoes now. He got some new dunks for like the Skutt season. Like TZ shoe game's about it.
Yeah. Hey, one last thing before we let you out of here. I guess the last question or questions. You brought up, I was going to ask you anyway, but BBFL means what to you?
Yeah, so BBFL means Bad Boys for Life. Like obviously you guys know that. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying that so everyone else know that. But I mean it's my dad kind of started it, like, and he just started with our family. Like he would just start saying BBFL, and then he obviously found Twitter and got really big into that, which is awesome. And he's kind of we're kind of trying to build a brand of like just people like we're close with, and like my dad always says like BBFL, like he's just trying to build it. We're all trying to build a brand of like you're one of us, like you're like Bad Boys for Life, like obviously our dual team, Dynasty National team, and then like Jace's baseball team, and like my mom obviously like beating cancer. Like he said she got in BBFL for that. Like it's just like I don't know. It's just like either you're in or you're out. Like if you're in BBFL though, like me and my dad, and obviously everyone else like respects you a lot.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to figure out which one of us is in because I think I know the answer, and it's probably not Chuck. So we'll worry about that later.
Maybe once you take down Tervel.
Okay. Okay. Last one. Scrap Lab is awesome.
It's awesome. It's like this. The Scrap Lab is the thing I love about the Scrap Lab is like anytime, any hour, like I can just call like someone and be like, yo, let's go scrap at the lab. And like before high school season, obviously the rules suck. Like Nebraska wrestling should let us practice twice a day. But like before high school season, like there was days we got like me, Cade Nolan, Mason Villwalk, and Noah Blair would be in a group of 4 just scrapping. Like we do some pretty cool things there. Like we'd have like Kale Lorison, Hudson Logis, like Cole Welty. Like we'd have all like the best Nebraska guys in there just wrestling and training. And I think that's great for like the sport and the state is like we're only going to get better by wrestling each other. Like we can't always run from each other and go different ways. Like, and we got to train together too because it's just going to make us better. And like everyone, the thing that's cool about the Scrap Lab is everyone puts like there's so much club drama nowadays. Everyone just puts their club drama down and just goes and wrestles. And obviously we have some great coaches go there. Tom and Neely, a bunch of the Nebraska wrestlers. I mean, there's stuff. My dad's always bringing in studs for us to work with. And then just going there with a bunch of people and just letting it fly. That's like that's the coolest thing too. I just like you guys know how much club drama there is. It's like so annoying and stupid. it's just really cool to see everyone go there and scrap.
All right, man. That's the caveman, Cade Ziola, Ironman champion, future Husker, state champion.
Let's go. Thank you guys so much.
All right. We'll talk to you later, Cade. Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Good one, brother.
You guys are awesome. Have a great night. BBFL.
BBFL.
Not you, Chuck. Me. Not you.
Shut up.
Sorry. Okay. All right. Wanted to have him on for a while. We just haven't got to it. So it's awesome. And wanted to talk to him about his commitment and everything. We just didn't get to it. So pretty cool. All right. Next is our, well, he's probably more my friend now than your friend, I guess. We'll see what he has to say about that. But we want to break down kind of what's happened so far without getting too far deep in the weeds of the 2023-24 high school wrestling season with our friend, I feel like he's everybody's friend, except for maybe
Nebraska Cody.
Except for that one person.
Voldemort?
Yeah. We got Nebraska Cody from Any Wrestle joining us on the show.
What's going on, boys?
We're just hanging out.
I thought we were leaving the shots for Fridays at 9 a.m., Mike.
That's okay. All
right.
Is that a Gretna East shirt?
No, this is your 2023 Creed Invite champion Beatrice Orangeman shirt. Shout out to Chad Omar for hooking me up.
Nice Christmas tree.
Thank you. Got to get in the spirit. I mean, you want to know what's so perfect about the timing you brought me on?
Chuck looks like Santa.
No. Oh. NFR has steer wrestling on right now, so it's just wrestling everywhere.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Oh, wow.
Hey, fun story. Taden Gorsuch, wrestler from Gering, his dad's a two-time NFR champ in steer wrestling. He graduated.
Is it sponsored by Skoll?
No, it is not.
Probably something.
It is sponsored, actually, by the Gotch family from Elkhorn. They started that RFD TV.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're one of the main sponsors of this.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Anyway,
Wrestling, yeah.
Fort
so
local.
let's go the Council Bluffs Classic.
Okay, are we going to bring Rowan in for this since Chuck just kind of ghosts everybody?
Oh, the guy gets sick one time.
Yeah, I mean, we could bring in Rowan. We could bring in Vargas. They did a great job. What'd you guys think of our girls announcer, the Dr. Rob himself?
I saw that. That seemed. I bet that would have been fun.
Yeah, him and Ryan did it together. They did a really good job.
Yeah.
Very knowledgeable. Very how excitable Rob gets. So
yeah.
They did a great job on that. It was fantastic. Yeah. But Council Bluffs was phenomenal. A lot of great action. Kind of stunk this year because we had a number of guys. We're at Ironman. A lot of injury bugs bad this year. It is across the state. I mean, Class A, B, C, and D all around. But sounds like we'll get a lot of guys back after Christmas. And Miles was gone. He had the ACT test. Other than that, no, we had a lot of guys. It was a lot of fun. And I'd like to start off with talking about Kieran Mink because
I think you have to.
Oh, man, he was fantastic. Took out the 12th ranked kid in the country, took out a state champion from South Dakota. I mean, he was on it this weekend, just picking up where he left off. I mean, you would think
it's hard to imagine somebody with the last name Mink pulling an upset because usually they're going to be the favorite.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't get why people still continue to go underneath him. I mean, he's up there with Knopick and with Trumble as far as top game. I mean,
well, his brother's one of the best top wrestlers in the history of the state.
Yeah. I mean, all he was a four-timer. So,
yeah, nothing big.
Yeah.
What about
two-time national qualifier at Campbell?
So, what about Tony Palmer had that big upset? We asked Cade about his weekend.
Yeah, Tony
big upset.
I'm curious what Tony weighs because he's not 215. But he just the thing I really appreciated about Tony is he got up like 7'3", 7'4", and he could have just sat on that lead, and he just kept attacking. And he was just relentless. His pace was unreal. It was fantastic. Logan Glenn had himself a really nice tournament. he's unreal to watch. I'm really excited. The 21st, get to see him against Tyler Harrell and the Skutt Miller South Duel. So
yeah,
how about those prep freshmen?
Yeah, prep is. Rowan said when they get their full lineup, they got a couple guys beat up right now. They're gonna have 8 freshmen starting.
Oh wow!
And that's the number 5 team.
8 tough freshmen.
Yeah,
not just an 8 freshmen, 8 tough freshmen.
Yeah, and it's from literally 106 with Cole Caniglia all the way up to heavyweight with Roberto Macias Sidzik. Like, it's all the way through. JT Smith at 175. It's one of the most well put together freshmen I've ever seen.
He might be 36 years old.
Yeah, it's impressive, and
he's a monster.
Yeah, I mean, Grand Island had a really good weekend, but I mean, Grand Island's been around forever. They just reload. They continue to dominate, and they got a really good team this year. They're missing a couple guys too with injuries right now, but they should be getting them back pretty soon. Lincoln East is back. They
look tough at the Classic too.
Yeah, they got 3rd place. And that's without Josh Shaner. He's supposed to be back this week. They didn't have Axel Lyman. Like, they had a good showing, and they start 3-4 freshmen too as well.
Is it too early to talk about kind of someone being able to beat Millard South in a team race?
I think Millard South should get it this year, but
they're going to have their hands a little bit more full than
it's going to be a lot tighter than years past.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I think Millard South still gets it by a good 20 to 30 points, just because that middle part of the lineup is going to score so many bonus. But I mean, after this year, Prep I think is going to be the team to beat. But I mean, another team,
they're going to be tough.
I mean, we had our new rankings come out today. Another team that's sneaking up, Omaha Bryan.
Yeah,
if they can find some guys in the upper weights, they are solid.
I talked to Coach, and he said that's what he said. He said I was out there for their basketball practice, and he said that their upper weights they'll be fine. Like, everything, Abdi's obviously very good, but their upper weights at Bryan, that's just where they're
Chuck, I got a question for you, because Central has some studs this year. Kylon Haney, who we all saw dominate on the football field.
Man, he's a specimen.
Yeah, and then Maurice, your 50-pounder.
Maurice Hurrdat.
He hasn't gone out the last couple of years, and he is shooting up the rankings right now. He has had a fantastic start to the year. Can you tell me a little bit more about Hurrdat?
So he's had some wrestling experience in the past. I believe he wrestled for Ready RP coming up. But, yeah, he didn't wrestle the last few years, decided as a senior, hey, I might as well give it a try. And, he's big, he's strong, he's fast. And, some of those guys, all it takes is just being a little bit more aggressive.
Yeah, I've been very impressed to start the year with him. I'm excited to see him.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how he progresses through the season.
And then, Kearney, they were at CB. They had a good tournament. They had these last 2 weekends with the Kearney invite, and then this week with CB. Pretty sure 90% of Class A's already got their hands on each other at least once. So made my job real easy this week. So I appreciate that. Do you guys want to jump into Class B?
I was going to ask to go back to the York invite. Obviously, it was big.
York was, Drew and those guys, they keep giving me crap because I kind of slept on York, and they came out guns a-blazing. They won the York invite. They're going to be at Ralston this week. We'll get to see a lot of the York and Bryan kids match up. Elkhorn's there, so we'll get to see Vilwalk. South Sioux City's there. So it's going to be really impressive. And I'm really excited for this team race because Waverly is loaded.
Mm-hmm.
They got a big transfer with Hunter Jacobson.
Yeah.
Moving in. And then they got Trev Grieve will be back. He's missed these first couple weeks. They're going to get guys down to weight. And then you have Skutt, who's obviously just phenomenal. York put themselves on the map. They're top to bottom, just solid. And then you have Beatrice, who won the Creed invite this week, and they're loaded. And so, if Beatrice can get a couple guys in the upper weights, they're the same kind of thing as Brian, where they get a couple guys start performing, Beatrice going to be right there.
Hastings, I saw, has a few dudes too that could make some noise.
Yeah,
Hastings
I mean, it feels like some of these names we hear coming out of Hastings, just endless family out there. Is that another brother? Is that a cousin? I mean, they got some really good guys, and they got a freshman. I think it's Hurrdat. He's at 13. He's been on a roll this year, and they're really impressive. I think they're a little bit of a rebuild, but they're working. I mean, it's early in the year, So
oh yeah, they've got a young team.
Yeah,
young team.
I mean, Cozad out west. We don't talk about out west enough, but Cozad, they got themselves a team, and the Cade brothers are back. They're doing really well for Ogallala. We saw one of them against Kale in the finals a couple years back, and then kind of got out of wrestling for 2 years. They're back, and they're number 1 at 44 and number 2 at 38 behind Brayton Knoyer. So, gotta give the guys out west some love.
Yeah, I was gonna ask that. What about the traditional, powers ish, if you will, Scotts Bluff, Gearing?
Yeah, Scotts Bluff's really tough. Gearing's got a lot of freshmen. They're gonna be tough. But Scotts Bluff, I mean, they return a lot of guys. Your boy Boyle's back, Sebastian Boyle. He's pretty, but he's in that same weight class with Vilwalk and Tony Palmer. So it'll be interesting.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. So is that a match that everybody's just waiting to see this year?
Oh yeah,
between Vilwalk and Palmer.
Yeah, it's going to be Vilwalk's defense, and congratulations to Mason. He signed with Shattern State.
All right,
he's going to do a lot of good things there. So you'll have his defense against the pace of Tony. So I'm really excited for that matchup. And like I said, I think it'll be this. I can't remember. I thought Elkhorn's at Ralston, so that could be this Friday night. Them two. So I'd be very excited about that. Class C, Broken Bow is really good. But
really good.
Yeah. But Wilbur Claytonia, they got, Zion, obviously, he took out Abdi Unlay this weekend. They got Logan Zimmerman, Brianna Sheedy, Mejia. I mean, they're really good. Minden dropped down to Class C this year. They're really good. So I'm excited for that. I think we'll get to see a lot about Class C at Logan View Saturday.
That Zion Abdi match, I'd like to see that again.
Yeah, I think it was 6-2 Saturday.
6-2 final? Yeah.
Yeah. I talked to Jason earlier, and he said Abdi got the first takedown, and then Zion just kind of went to work.
Those two in Fargo were great. They both were.
And I think in a freestyle match, I think that's going to favor Abdi.
Mm-hmm.
And when you get into folks out, it's going to, favor Zion.
Mm-hmm.
That's tough, though, because he's so tough to score on.
Yeah. But, I mean, that's Abdi on his feet up there with anyone in the state.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
In the country.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's ranked, 14th in the country right now, so.
But we saw that in Fargo. He killed it. It's awesome.
Yeah, All-American. So it's really exciting. I'm glad the year's finally here. We're going to get all built up just to go into moratorium.
Yeah. No, we like I said, I said when we started we should have had a show, last week, but I was sick, and then Chuck
got sick,
soft and whatever, and then we should have had one previewing stuff. Life got to us, but we will get back on the train.
Yeah, I got to ask you 2 questions, non-wrestling related.
Oh boy.
North Dakota State or Montana in the Battle of Nebraska boys?
Well, there isn't that many North Dakota State guys.
Just
I'm going to be a little biased because Bob's at West Side, and I'm going to go with Cole Payton and NDSU.
All right, you already know who I'm riding with.
It's at
and then the winner of that game likely getting South Dakota State.
Yeah, that'll be fun. South Dakota State doesn't have as many Nebraska kids on it.
They got Joe Roll and Colton Tilford. Those are 2 studs.
Yeah, Dallas Beanham had a
Dallas Beanham and Caden Johnson.
Yeah,
so that'll be exciting.
Yeah, it'll be. What is that? Saturday?
Yep. Where are you guys? You guys going anywhere this weekend?
I don't know.
Chuck?
I might go up to South Dakota with the Central team, but
okay, yeah,
trying to decide.
Why don't you go to Ralston, Chuck?
Yeah, Ralston.
I could go to Ralston. Yeah, let's go to Ralston.
Yeah, I'll be at Ralston, and then Saturday, Logan View. Big Husker have a top 15 matchup with South Dakota State Wrestling Saturday night. So if anybody interested, this is a really good Husker team.
Yeah, they're
really good. Number 4 right now.
Yeah,
they are
two of the number 1 ranked wrestlers in the country. So
Ridge
and Peyton. How crazy is it that Peyton's back?
Peyton Robb back is remarkable.
Yeah,
he almost lost his leg.
Yeah,
it's unbelievable. Like it really is. So, all right, Cody, we're gonna let you go, and we're gonna get out of here. Thanks for your insight. We will, I'm sure, have you back on the show as a special guest, if you will.
You bet. Go Grizz.
Go Grizz.
Go Grizz.
All right, Cody. Thanks. Yep.
Thanks, Cody.
All right, that was our friend Cody Manquist from NE Russell. Does a great job. Him and Drew and all those guys do a great job and help keep the public informed, Chuck.
Man, they do great. They do awesome. Those dudes are everywhere. They put on a good product. Like, you can't ask for anything better than what those guys put in.
You mean they actually show up to stuff and not just sit in their basement and tweet about stuff?
I'm not getting into this.
Okay.
But yes,
all right,
that's what I'm saying.
That'll do it for the first episode of the 2023-24 high school wrestling season of Mike Chuck. Great show. Thanks to Cade. Thanks to Cody.
I freaking missed you, Mike. I freaking missed you, pal.
I know. I haven't seen you in a long time either.
I know.
So we gotta figure that part out. So we'll be back for another episode next week. And then then we'll go to moratorium and we'll have an episode after that. We'll have a big long one, probably with a bunch of coaches or something. Figure that out later.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Hey, I do have one question for you, though. Okay. Did you get a fresh shave on today? Because that head's looking extra smooth.
Yeah, I actually showered tonight, about an hour or two before this.
Nice.
So that's good.
Nice.
Cut it up real. Gave myself a haircut today.
Good work.
Yeah. All right, Chuck. See you later. Bye, everybody.
Later.
A Hurrdat Sports Network production.